Did you know that journaling for 10 minutes a day can significantly improve your mental health? Welcome back to Empower Her Pages. If you're new here, Empower Her Pages is a space for women to become the best versions of themselves unapologetically. So, journaling. Often in my videos, I tend to poke fun at women who dread journaling. And I know sometimes just the idea of journaling could be overwhelming. And sometimes, we get caught up in our head and we think that it's a long, tedious task. And it's something that just feels so daunting. But the truth is, journaling can be extremely transformative and it is also very beneficial for self development. So let's start off. Let's talk about some of the reasons that I hear some women don't enjoy journaling. First, they don't have enough time. All you need is 10 minutes. Just take 10 minutes to develop a habit. And for me, I get it. I work all day and then, you don't always get the chance to write something down. So, and be honest with you, sometimes post-it notes are my best friend. I will literally slap them on a planner, slap them on a notebook, just to kind of get a chance to write down my thoughts throughout the day. Then also sometimes women struggle with, I don't know what to write about. You don't have to specifically write about something. If nothing comes to mind, a great way that you can start with journaling is just look for prompts. It could be as simple as, what do you feel grateful for today? Or I feel grateful for, and go from there. And if we're not just focusing on gratitude, it could be something, let's say maybe around your goals and your careers, like in the future, I look forward to, or 10 years from now, I would like to achieve. Start there and just add to it. And it could be just one or two sentences. It doesn't even have to be sentences. It can be bullet points. There's no specific way to do it. Some people I know, they love the idea of junk journals where you could just write anything, anywhere, and that might work for you. For me, this is my journal. I love a good spiral journal. I love a journal that has big pages and lines. Like I prefer wide ruled lines instead of college ruled. But that's just me. That's just my preference. Um, but I would like more women to see the power of journaling. Like I said, it can be very transformational and it can help you develop to become the best version of yourselves. How? So let's start. If you are someone who is looking to develop a better relationship with yourselves, journaling can work for you because we can use journals to write down the positive and negative things that we like about ourselves, right? What are some of the positives you like about yourself? I like that I'm friendly, or I like that I'm resilient. But then you can also write some of the negative things that you don't like about yourself. I don't like that I overthink sometimes. I don't like that certain things bother me, right? And this helps us to kind of look at the positive things that we can build on, like being resilient is a positive thing. What moments are you resilient in? And how can you help someone else become more resilient? And then you can also continue to work on those things. I don't want to say negative. I would say more things that we have a challenge with. We can work on things that challenge us, like overthinking. But that's how you develop and that's how you build a relationship with yourself. That's how you get to know yourself because who needs to know yourself better than you, right? And the next thing that you can also use journaling for is to become more reflective, right? When we start the practice of journaling, if you start today, the year 2025, in January of 2026, you can always look back and see how you've grown as an individual. See where your mindset was at the time and then compare it to where your mindset is now. That's a great way for you to become very reflective and look back on the past you and your mindset and how you have become better, how you've grown. Because oftentimes, we underestimate our growth. We don't see how we've grown. We don't see how we changed. I know for me, when I look at journals from 5 years ago, sometimes I'm like, wow, like that's where my mindset was. I didn't know about certain things 5 years ago that I know now. Even when I find myself reading certain books. Like I love a good self-help, self-development book. And when I really like a book, I will find myself pulling things out of that book and writing it down. And then I'm going back and I'm like, wow, like this book really resonated with me. And I remember this. And it also helps you become more self-aware. And it also helps you to acknowledge the things that you struggle with. And another way that journaling helps with transformation as well is it gives us a chance to really process some of our emotions. Really take the time to write down how you are feeling in the moment. If you have a day where you're extremely upset, pull out that journal and start writing about why you're upset, because this gives us the opportunity to truly sit with our emotions and embrace what we are feeling in the moment, because it's not so easy to do that when we are presently having those feelings. So if we take the time to kind of write those our emotions down and share and write our experiences down, we can always then go back and process it and ask ourselves, hey, how was I feeling? Like, why did I feel that way? So this is another example of how journaling can help us transform and become the best versions of ourselves. And here's a little story time. So I will never forget when I was moving from living with my parents to now being in a homeowner and having my own house. And I look back and I remember going through a situation and going through a breakup where I wrote in my journal and I said, I quote, I will never live with somebody else. I am not going to experience this again. I'm not going to go through this again. I'm going to make sure that I do what I need to do. That way I can put myself in a better situation and I don't have to rely on someone else, and I can feel just independent and I can feel I can take care of myself and I'm not relying on someone else. Right. And this is after being a homeowner for like 5 years. I find this journal, cleaning up. And I laugh because I'm like, the word that I use, I want to be independent, right? And then also just seeing the power of writing down and being so determined in that moment to not have a roommate or to not experience that again. And that's what actually motivated me to become a homeowner. And that's why I say that there's so much power in journaling, because it's great to look back and to see all the things that we've experienced and how we've grown to become the people who we are today. And it's a great reminder that we are still growing, right? And for me, I know that in that moment, I've looked back and I'm like, hey, that was like one of my lowest moments. But it's also one of the things that motivated me to the space that I am at today. It's also one of the things that, I kind of stand on now. It's something that I'm really, really proud of, because in that moment and at that time, I didn't know what was going to happen. I didn't know what was going to occur after that. So I hope that you all can see how journaling could be beneficial. And just to recap quickly, is journaling can be transformative and it only takes 10 minutes a day. It can transform you in such ways that you can never imagine, and it can help you level up to become the best version of yourself. And if you feel like you don't have the time to journal, just take a post-it note, write it down, put it to the side. And if you need help with prompts, let me know in the comments and we can jumpstart that and get that started for you. But just take the time and make it a habit and become consistent, because you can use a journal for so many things. It does not specifically have to be like Dear Diary. It can be your journal for your future, your goals, the things that you want to accomplish. It can also be your journal just to write down your thoughts and to keep your head clear and just to get in touch with your emotions and become your best friend, right? So thank you for watching. And if you like this, turn on your notifications so that you don't miss the next video.